Hey guys, Astrolin here. So we were going to try shooting the Milky Way tonight, but unfortunately we can't shoot the Milky Way because the clouds are up and the moon's up, and the moon's going to be actually just over the Milky Way in a matter of days. So I think we're going to call it off for a little while until we actually can and actually talk about something that's going to be happening with this channel. So as you guys know, I post a lot of Milky Way photos. I do a lot of exoplanet work and astrophotography combined. So recently I got accepted into my own proposal for a global sky partner called Project Eyes in the Skies for Las Cumbres Observatory. I was selected to be a partner for the Las Cumbres Observatory, and I am very thrilled to announce that actually, because I've been keeping this project quiet for like a month and a half. I was wondering who to bring on, who to bring off, maybe figure out if anybody else wants to get on that actually wants to do the type of stuff that we do. And it's a lot of fun because what we're going to be doing is all of that. We're going to do exoplanet work, we're going to do astrophotography, and we're also going to be doing some other stuff as well, like more research wise. And I'm actually looking forward to basically having a lot of people learn about the stuff that we do when it comes to exoplanet work, how it's conducted, how we schedule observations, because scheduling observations for exoplanet work takes a long time. And especially if you have weather factors at play and other stuff hindering your observations. And so time is critical when it comes to scheduling these types of research. And as far as astrophotography wise goes, for astrophotography it's straight simple. You don't have to worry about the atmosphere. You don't have to worry about if the moon's up or not. Well, technically you do. When there is a full moon, you have to worry about that sort of thing. But with astrophotography, you could do all kinds of stuff to correct for the moon, and as well as do stuff without the moon being there and be able to take really nice images. And I recently ran into a photo that I took called Messier 63, and I kind of wanted to tell a little story about how I took this image. 300 seconds revealed a lot more fainter detail, and I was very impressed with the camera quality, as the camera quality was around 60 megabytes. Or megapixels. So when I took this image, I did not know that I was going to be producing the highest quality image ever on Messier 63. And the data size was enormous. It was 10 gigs worth of a file zipped, and extracted was a whopping 25 to 30 gigs for 3 hours worth of lights. And we only exposed the region for 3 hours with red, blue, green, HA, and that's about it. We're going to slap on an infrared filter to see if we could actually bring out more of the background galaxies and all that, more of the background galaxies that are redshifted and stuff like that, to see if we could see anything interesting in the data. And so we decided to just do the regular RGB HA, and it actually came out really well. And what ended up happening is, when I looked at the stars and I looked at the galaxy, I noticed that there was a bit of sharpness to it. And I'm like, why is that so sharp compared to my other photos that I'd taken? Come to find out that I had guiding less than 0.5 arc seconds. And what that was telling me is that the guiding was so good that it made the image quality better. So good guiding, good sky conditions, just made the whole image better. And I was very surprised. And I also checked to see if we were running into weather, because there were some things that showed, some things that didn't. And we did not run into any sort of weather at all. And we took this with the Tenerife, Spain Observatory, and when we took the image, I noticed some objects on the top left fade with the blue and the green filter, and they only showed up in the red, and bits of the HA, if there was any HA prominent in those galaxies. Come to find out, those were extremely red-shifted objects. I had no idea those would show up. So when I took this wide field image of Messier 63, I saw what looked like a galaxy cluster on the top left corner of Messier 63, and I thought that was wicked cool. I honestly wasn't expecting to capture that. And what made this image really special is that there was a small section of the image where it contained lots and lots of background galaxies. And when I checked it, I thought, okay, that just looks more interesting. No, these galaxies were colliding, they were interacting, they were gravitationally bound to each other. And I thought that was so cool seeing that, because all 4 galaxies, they looked like stars. And I thought that's what was really cool, is that they looked like stars, yet they were galaxies. And a couple of them were lenticular and one barred spiral galaxy. I was blown away with what we were able to capture with the camera on board the Las Cumbres Observatory. I was really impressed. And so I think what we're going to do in the future is also plan another run on Messier 63, see what else shows up. Because if we can expose that for another 3 hours, get an extra 3 hours of data, that would probably bring out more of the background galaxies as well as an infrared filter, because I would like to see what we could do as far as astrophotography wise goes, and as far as processing all the huge amounts of data that is associated with it too, because it is huge. Our storage can barely handle it, and I think a problem that is going to be for every astrophotographer when it comes to doing all this stuff is storage. And I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot more people buy storage to be able to run at high resolution, especially when it comes to the QHY and the ZWO cameras. And they can produce a whopping amount of data per light frame, so it's overwhelming. So the storage is going to be needed. I noticed that during the run that the files were at 150 megabytes per light frame, and that was just ridiculous compared to the 3 to 4 megabytes that I'm used to, which I'm fine with it being. But the fact that the frame itself was 150 megabytes just says something about how crazy quality the camera was. And I think I just saw a meteor. Anyways, the camera quality, it was just amazing. And the fact that we were able to expose it in 3 hours and review all that faint detail just shows what the Las Cumbres Observatory is capable of. The scope that was on board is a Planewave Delta RHO, and compared to most Planewave CDKs, this one just takes the cake. The Planewave's Delta RHO has a focal ratio of 3 and a focal length of 1050 millimeters. So we could theoretically have, we could take less data because of the fact that the scope is so powerful, and it could collect more light because of the focal ratio and the camera quality as well. So the focal ratio and the camera quality itself alone is just what blew my mind. Is like in just 3 hours, in only 3 hours, we revealed a lot more than what we would normally get in 8-12 hours of data. And if we were at a higher focal ratio, I have a feeling we would have needed more exposures because of the light gathering power needed to capture it, depending on the type of camera you have and the filters. So all of that comes into play, and I honestly thought that's what was really cool. And yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing with the Las Cumbres Observatory, is exoplanet work and astrophotography, teaching people and educating people how we do a lot of the research that we do, and also teaching people with astrophotography. And I'm honestly really looking forward to this project, and I honestly can't wait to see it come to light when we get the telescope time allocated to us in August. And I think I need a target down below in the comments what you think I should shoot first as far as astrophotography wise goes. That looks like another one. That was bright. And if you have any questions, comments, or if you are interested in this project, shoot me a message. I am available via Slack, and I'm also available via Discord, as I have started a new Discord for the proposal, and as well as just the general stuff that we do with astrophotography and exoplanet stuff. So if you guys would like to join the Discord, it is a welcome community. I look forward to seeing you guys in there, collaborating, meeting people, having fun, and exploring and all that stuff. I really welcome you guys, and I honestly look forward to doing what we're going to be doing with Las Cumbres Observatory. Until then, I hope you guys stay curious, and until then.